Some time ago, a friend of mine said to me, "What is the origin of puberty, and why do people change so much during that stage?" I looked at my friend with sympathy, because puberty could be so challenging. And I said, "Do you really want me to tell you the truth?" And my friend said, "Tell me. I think I can take it." And I said, to understand the origin of puberty, we have to go to gaseous, dark disks that can be seen with space telescopes in areas of high density. When a batch of dark energy organisms are infected by virus light matter organisms, they form a dark disk of infected hosts. Then virus light matter organisms wait until they grow into young host protons electrons, and they increase the heat to force host protons electrons to reproduce the virus in the shape of virus neutrinos, and a star is then born. A neutron neutrino is a pregnant host proton electron with virus neutrino as the baby. So as you can see, puberty starts with virus light matter organisms and is a sexual thing. And my friend said, "So are you saying then that in the atoms of humans, virus neutrinos are the ones who control puberty because they want pregnancies?" And I say, yes, that is correct. And you can see it for yourself. When a child grows into a teenager and reaches a certain weight, puberty begins. The teenager becomes interested in sex, in fashion as well, to attract sex, and they also want to fit in with friends that may be on drugs. Now, this will lead to unprotected sex, unplanned pregnancies, and sometimes even sexual diseases. Because you have to understand that virus neutrinos, they want power supremacy on planet Earth. And the easiest thing is to do it through sex and drugs. And if this happens, then virus neutrinos would have won. And my friend said, "But we need sex, otherwise we wouldn't be here." And I said, well, the truth is that host proton electrons, and this is something that virus neutrinos don't want you to know, host proton electrons don't need viruses to reproduce, because they can reproduce asexually and independently. And my friend said, "So are you saying then that humans could reproduce by dividing in two and having identical twins?" And I said, yes, that is correct. The only thing that prevents humans from reproducing as identical twins is virus neutrinos, because they don't like strong bonds. They like inequality. And my friend said, "Well, I do like sex, it's great fun. Is it wrong if it's done responsibly with condoms?" And I said, well, if you do it responsibly with condoms, it's all right, but always make sure that it is you who wins and not virus neutrinos. Because you have to understand that virus neutrinos, as I said earlier, want power supremacy. And the easiest way is when people conceive children whilst on drugs, because then they pass those drugs on to the children, and the children are very likely to become drug addicts themselves when they grow up, and this will lead to plenty of crime. So as you can see, virus neutrinos want a majority of people that behave like a virus, and drug addicts can be very virulent because they have plenty of heavy atoms. So, in this way, virus neutrinos can win. And my friend said, so what can teenagers do then to be able to control virus neutrinos during puberty? And I said, well, you ask me, and I will tell you. No alcohol, no tobacco, no drugs, no porn. Use condoms to avoid sexual diseases. Don't worry too much about your weight. You're too young for that type of stress. Carry on with your education. Don't become a sex addict. My friend said, well, the truth about the origin of puberty is very shocking, especially because virus neutrinos are involved. And as usual, they are pretty horrible. Until next time.